I think AI is quietly dividing people into two groups, not by intelligence, not by technical skill, but by how they think. One group is becoming cognitively sharper with AI, the other is becoming cognitively dependent on it. And I think this gap is going to become one of the biggest professional advantages of the next few years. Because right now, most people are using AI for speed. The people quietly gaining disproportionate leverage are using it for clarity. That's a completely different game. Most people currently use AI like outsourced admin work, write this email, summarize this meeting, generate this report, rewrite this document, and honestly, that's useful. But there's a hidden danger in using AI only this way, because if every difficult cognitive task gets outsourced immediately, your thinking starts becoming reactive instead of deliberate. You stop wrestling with ideas. You stop pressure testing assumptions. You stop developing synthesis. AI becomes cognitive convenience, not cognitive leverage. And convenience is dangerous when overused, because easy thinking slowly weakens deep thinking. Here's where I think the divide is forming. The first group uses AI to remove cognitive discomfort. The second group uses AI to sharpen cognition. That sounds abstract, so let me make it practical. Imagine two managers preparing for the same executive meeting. Manager A uploads the proposal and asks, "Summarize this into bullet points. Useful, efficient." Manager B asks, "What objections is the CFO most likely to raise against this proposal?" Then follows with, "What assumptions in my reasoning are weakest under financial scrutiny?" Then, "Compress my argument into one sentence that survives executive pressure." That is a completely different cognitive behavior. One person is outsourcing summarization. The other is pressure testing thinking. And over time, I think that difference compounds massively. AI is also creating something dangerous, the illusion of intelligence. Because polished communication is now cheap, everyone can generate confident emails, strategic language, polished documents, impressive summaries, which means sounding intelligent matters less now. Actual clarity matters more. This is why some people will become more exposed in the AI era, not less. Because AI can make weak thinking sound temporarily sophisticated. But under pressure, real cognition still reveals itself. Meetings reveal it, negotiations reveal it, strategy reveals it, leadership reveals it. You can't prompt your way out of unclear thinking forever. Eventually, reality audits everybody. I think high-level operators are starting to use AI very differently from average users, not as replacement thinking, as recursive thinking. For example, weak usage. Write this negotiation email. Stronger usage. What leverage asymmetry am I underestimating in this negotiation? Weak usage. Summarize this candidate. Stronger usage. What signals suggest high competence but low reliability under pressure? Weak usage. Generate business ideas. Stronger usage. What hidden assumptions in this business model become dangerous at scale? See the pattern? The value is no longer in generating output. The value is in interrogating reality better. That's the real shift. I think a lot of people still misunderstand what AI is actually doing to work. They think AI mainly rewards productivity. I think AI increasingly rewards clarity, synthesis, judgment, strategic thinking, emotional calibration, cognitive organization, because information itself is collapsing in value. Everyone now has access to information. Everyone has generated language. Everyone has polished outputs. So the premium moves upward. The premium becomes who can think clearly under pressure, who can identify hidden risks, who can ask better questions, who can synthesize complexity into decisions. That's why I think the people winning with AI won't necessarily be the most technical. They'll be the people with the strongest thinking frameworks. I think the biggest mistake smart people are making right now is becoming passive with AI, meaning they ask AI to conclude before they think. That's dangerous, because cognition strengthens through tension, through friction, through refinement, through contradiction, through recursive thinking. If AI removes all cognitive struggle immediately, your thinking may actually become shallower over time. And I think many people can already feel this happening subconsciously. More information, less clarity, more output, less depth. That's not intelligence amplification, that's cognitive dependency. But I also think the opposite path exists. AI can dramatically sharpen thinking if used correctly. For example, before major decisions, I increasingly use AI to simulate objections, identify blind spots, challenge assumptions, compress complexity, test communication clarity, explore second-order consequences. Not because AI replaces judgment, because judgment improves when challenged properly. That's the key difference. Strong operators use AI to deepen cognition, not escape it. I think the real divide in the AI era will not be people who use AI versus people who don't. It will be people who become cognitively passive with AI versus people who become cognitively amplified by it. And honestly, I think that gap is going to become one of the defining professional advantages of the next decade, because the future probably won't belong to the people who generate the most output. It will belong to the people who can still think clearly in a world flooded with generated intelligence. Follow for AI systems and cognitive frameworks for modern operators.